Please rise as you are able, as we welcome Jen Burley Bentz to honor America with the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. Thank you, Ms. Burley Bentz, for that beautiful rendition of our national anthem. So good morning, everyone. Good morning. So my name is Dr. Constance St. Germain, and I am the president of Capella University. Thank you. Graduates, families, and friends, welcome to our 54th commencement ceremony. Today is a day of joy, and we are here to celebrate something remarkable, namely you, our graduates. To the graduates of the class of 2026, congratulations. This moment represents years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance, and you have earned every bit of this moment. With this degree, though, you are joining a select group. There are approximately 340 million people in the United States today, and of those, only 25% hold a bachelor's degree, 11% a master's degree, and only 4% a doctorate. So let that sink in. What you have accomplished. So here is my message to you today. By earning this degree, you've not only changed the trajectory of your life, but you have changed the trajectory of the lives of generations of those who will come after you, people who have not even been born, and you will not even imagine the ways that it will impact them. So as you move forward, there's some things I want to leave you with today. The first is I want to encourage you to take risks. You took a risk just starting this degree program that so many never complete. The people who reach the end of their lives with the fewest regrets are rarely the ones who play it safe. At the end of your life, when you're looking back, you won't wish that you had taken fewer chances. You'll wish that you had given it everything that you had, even in the times that you fell short. So don't be left with a life of what ifs. And here's the part that we don't say often enough. Chasing something new also means becoming someone new, and that takes time. So be patient with yourself. Growth is uncomfortable. It's hard, and it doesn't happen overnight. You are continuously becoming someone new. It's a process, and every step forward will bring you closer to the person that you are meant to be. So push yourself, yes. Be uncomfortable, yes. And give yourself grace while you do. Trust the journey. So congratulations, class of 2026. We are so very proud of you. Now, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker and a friend, Dr. Linda Singh. Dr. Singh is the founder and CEO of Kaleidoscope Effect, a leadership consulting firm serving the public and private sector organizations. She has held senior leadership roles across academia, government, and industry, including leader in residence at Towson University, interim CEO of TEDCO, and managing director at Accenture. She is also a retired Major General with more than 38 years in the Maryland National Guard. Dr. Singh led the Maryland Military Department as an Adjutant General and worked with international defense partners. Today, she is a board member, an author, and a speaker focused on leadership and resilience, and has received numerous honors, including the Ellis Island Medal of Honor. I'm also especially proud to tell you that she holds a PhD in organizational psychology from Capella University. And she is a current member of our Capella Board of Trustees. So please join me in giving Dr. Singh, one of our own, a very warm Capella welcome.
So good morning. President St. Germain, Constance, thank you. Trustees, faculty, families, friends, the entire Capella community, graduates of 2026. Yeah. You know, when you read my bio, you see a lot of titles. Major General, Board Trustee, Executive. Now, I'll be honest with you. It took me a long time to get used to all of those different titles and how to use them all together. No matter how many titles I have, my daughters still call me Mom. And my husband just calls me Dukes. Now, that's a nickname from an old movie called Big Man on Campus. And don't ask, it's a long story. Now, what you can't see is the young woman standing here who once dropped out of high school, was homeless, and never imagined that I'd stand on a stage like this. And what you also cannot see is the first time that I ever walked across a graduation stage in my life was in 2019 when I received my doctorate from Capella University. I didn't walk for my high school diploma, not my undergraduate degree, not my MBA, because it took me so many years, I'm talking decades. And because life has a way of interrupting us, sometimes it interrupts our plans. It's sometimes our confidence, and sometimes it interrupts the story we thought we were supposed to be living. Mine certainly did. There were pauses, there were detours, responsibilities, deployments, moments of deep uncertainty, moments when I questioned whether I could carry on everything that life was asking of me and still pursue the person that I hope to become. And I have a feeling I'm not alone in that. Because students like you understand something that most people never fully see. Adult learners do not earn degrees in perfect conditions. We earn them in the middle of life, in the middle of careers, in the middle of raising families, in the middle of military service, caregiving, uncertainty, and change. Some of you completed assignments after 12-hour workdays. Some of you studied in airports, break rooms, hospital waiting rooms, parked cars, kitchen tables that became classrooms after everybody else went to sleep. I know that feeling. And some of you hit the submit button at 11:58 p.m. with a level of faith and optimism that should qualify as its own leadership competency. And if you refresh that grade portal 17 times before midnight, that's also leadership. That's data-driven decision-making under pressure. And yet you kept going. That's not ordinary. That is bodacious. See, I began my doctoral journey in 2010. I wanted to understand at a deeper level. I wanted my education and my lived experience to come together so that I could serve more fully, more strategically, and lead more wisely. You have asked whether you had enough left in you to finish that paper, to care for the family member, to show up for work, to lead the team, and still keep a little piece of yourself intact. That question does not have an easy answer. But answering it anyway, that's bodacious. And to keep my doctoral work going. There were days when I was leading through a crisis, fulfilling military and state responsibilities, and then trying to return to my dissertation with a mind that was already exhausted. I had to file for an extension. I had to revise, and revise again, and revise again. Anyone who's worked on a dissertation knows that almost done is not a timeline. It's a spiritual test. And there's nothing quite like submitting a chapter that you feel is pretty good, only to receive feedback that informing you, your committee has identified 17 new opportunities for your personal and professional growth. Now, if you know, and I know that you know, and it's not that, this is not congratulations, right? Like this is congratulations, but something wonderful is coming for you. I had written on mine 3 words, and those 3 words kept me going when nothing else did. Dr. Linda Singh. Now that wasn't about ego, it was about identity. It was about transition. It was a reminder that there was another chapter waiting for me, beyond the uniform, beyond the roles that I had already carried for so long, and beyond everything that I had already survived. It was proof, written in my own hand, that becoming something new requires being bodacious enough to name it before you can see it. Because something inside of me understood the full weight of what had happened. I had arrived. Not arrived as in finish, not arrived as in there would be no more challenges. I had arrived in the sense that I finally, am allowing myself to stand in the fully meaning of my own journey. My husband was in the audience that day, and later he told me he became tearful watching me step into that moment because he knew that what it had taken for me to get there. He knew the long nights. He knew the moments when I wondered if I could pull it off. He watched me be bodacious even when I didn't feel like it. And that is exactly why I understand the power of this moment for you. Some of you may be the first in your family to earn a degree. Some of you may be completing a promise that you made to yourself years ago. Some of you are standing here today after delays, setbacks, health challenges, deployments, grief, and seasons when life did not make room for your dream, and you had to make room for it anyway. So when you cross this stage, do not rush past the meaning of it. That doesn't mean stay on the stage. That means don't rush past the meaning of it. Let yourself feel it. Let your family feel it. Let the people who believed in you feel it. Let the younger version of yourself feel it. Because this moment is not about the degree. It is about every choice that has brought you here, every time you returned, every time you revised, every time the ground shifted beneath you when you chose to stand anyway. Stand strong. Stand strong in who you are. Stand strong in your values. Stand strong in your integrity. Stand strong in your humanity, and stand strong in the lessons that brought you here today. Do not mistake uncertainty for failure. Do not mistake delay for defeat. And do not mistake interruption for the end of your story. Interrupted does not mean finished. Sometimes interruption is where resilience is formed. Sometimes detours teach us what the straight road never could. Sometimes the chapter we did not plan becomes the chapter that prepares us for the very next thing. Graduates, you are not leaving here with only a degree. You are leaving here with evidence. Evidence that you can continue when life is complicated. Evidence that you will grow while carrying responsibility. Evidence that you will learn, adapt, lead, serve, and become, even when the path is not easy. Everything else you have endured, held, healed, and harnessed begins to change the world around you. That's not just graduation. That is your overflow. And overflow is legacy in motion. When most people stopped, you kept going deeper. You did not just want to know, you wanted to understand. You sat with complexity, with data, with questions that did not have clear answers, and you stayed anyway. You revised when you thought you were done. You defended when the pressure was highest. You earned the right to be called doctor, not just because you finished, but because you were changed by the process of finishing. That's what a doctor actually teaches us. Not the answer, but the discipline to keep asking until the right question reveals itself. So today, celebrate this moment fully. Take pictures, hug the people who helped you get here. Let somebody brag about you, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. And when someone calls you by your new title, don't shrink from it. You earned this. Your journey may not have been straight. It may not have looked like anyone else's timeline, but it was yours. And because you chose again and again to keep going, keep becoming, and to be bold when bold was hard, that's not just graduation. That is a declaration. Your story is not over. A new chapter begins today. Be bold, be grounded, be compassionate, be courageous, and above all else, be bodacious. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Dar. Alicia Emmanuel. Michelle Dunn. Donna M. Russell. Shalandra Macon Hollins.
President Saint Germain, as Assistant Provost of Capella University, I proudly present our candidates. Upon recommendation of the faculty and pending their successful completion of degree requirements, these candidates are wholeheartedly recommended for their respective degrees and certificates.
Thank you, Dr. Stella Hitch. Now, graduates, I enthusiastically accept the faculty's recommendation, and by the authority vested in me by the Capella University Board of Trustees, I confer upon all of you, those in this hall, those joining us remotely, and those joining us in spirit, the degrees and certificates you have so richly earned. Congratulations.